Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Tory if you're new here, and welcome to my husband's car. We're gonna do a little intro in here to tell you what's been going on, and then I'm gonna hopefully do a day in the life. Right now I'm at the hospital. It was a scheduled appointment, so don't anyone panic. If you're new here, I'm in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy, but it's been a long day and I wanted to chat about it. So first things first, we started off at Children's Hospital with my daughter. If you're new to our story, she had Guillain-Barré, and after that, some things stuck with her. So it's just like twice a year checkups with our neurologist, and we just go over certain things. So right now we are doing audiology and ophthalmology. So she's doing her eyes, and there's no tripod in here, so I'm a little bit shaky. I'm trying not to be, but anyway, she is doing her eye check and her ear check. Of course, her ear check, a 3rd one, it won't even be available to us until July 25th. So yeah, that's like the end of the July. I'm hoping there will be an appointment that just comes up quicker than that. I understand the healthcare system is very backed up right now, so I'm just really hoping for I don't know, some sort of quicker appointment with that. But I understand it's not all about us, so yeah, just prayers would be great. Other than that, she did good. At that appointment, I started having like the worst pains, and they were so calculated, and I've had these before, and it's just not, it's not Braxton Hicks. And you know, my belly was tightening, so I'm happy that I have this appointment. This appointment is a growth ultrasound if you are new here, and they say that the baby is small, so they just want to check it out, but I'm really hoping they can address these pains and let me know what's going on. So I have my husband's car, my husband has the new car. I'm gonna get some groceries today. I have to put down some mulch and some dirt, but other than that, I think that's what's been going on. That's the hap. So I've been really into my apparel shop. So if you want to support me or the channel or just sustainable fashion in general, please give the site a look. I have some new things on there. Essentially, the shop is thrifted apparel that I print my own design on. I did have to make a brief update to that, and everything on the site now is handmade by me and is sourced by me. So I'm actually touching it. I can feel the material. I'm liking my own designs being put on it because I'm doing it. But please know, if you do order, it might not look like the picture. So I don't send proofs before I do it. I just try and find the closest thing to what I put out in the picture, if that makes sense. So if it's a gray sweatshirt, I go find a gray sweatshirt in your size. And I feel like it works because I keep the designs simple. So definitely check the info. There's a few one-of-a-kind pieces that just would be impossible for me to replicate because it might have a pattern on it or something like that. So I'm really excited. I'm actually uploading a few shibori dyed items with natural dyes. So shibori is similar to tie-dye. It's just a different technique. It's a Japanese technique, and with natural dyes, it's just better for your skin. I do put like a teaspoon of RIT in the dye, and the dye itself has I don't know, maybe it's diluted, so like diluted like 20 times. It's like 20-to-1 ratio, and then maybe a half a teaspoon of that goes onto your garment. So you really have to think about that. But RIT isn't terrible for your skin. It just makes those fibers just open up to the dye and last longer. So right now in my dye bath, I have dyed with blackberries, onion skins, kale. I've had questions, does it smell like that? No, I wash them, so it's not gonna smell like any of those items. And it's just a unique way of dyeing. So let me know if you are interested in that kind of thing, what kinds of things you want to see on the actual apparel, because I'd love to know. I have the classics like Momma and things like that, but other than that, I think that's all that's new. I haven't really had a chance to hop on and let you know what's been going on, but yeah, not feeling my best self. I will say I'm like putting on a face for the camera. I'm just in like a ridiculous amount of pain, and I have noticed, I'm going to be open here, that my anxiety is like out of control. I've had a few panic attacks back to back, and it's been really challenging. So my husband's been very busy at work with some more serious situations, so I'm not saying it's his fault, but those serious situations definitely contribute to my anxiety as well. If you're new here, my husband is in law enforcement, and you know, he's the light of our life, so of course I don't want anything to happen to him. So yeah, that's what's been going on. I'm trying to keep up with, you know, both channels and all of that, but I wanted to stop in for a quick update on life, baby, kids, and I don't know, maybe this will give you a welcome into who I am if you're new here. So I'm gonna go to this appointment. I will let you know how it goes when we get out. Fingers crossed for good news. I'm sure she's just fine. Maybe she's just sitting on something wrong, and maybe the doctor will have a technique to move her somewhere else on my organs. All right, I will see you when I get back. Cheers. Okay, hey there. I think the last clip you saw was right before I got some news. I'm gonna preface this by saying I don't have all the answers yet. I'm going to learn more this week, but I wanted to keep everyone posted. So without getting too involved, but a lot of us are close on here, so I want to keep everyone posted, and maybe someone out there has gone through a similar experience and they have some tips and tricks. So I have stated before that my son was IUGR. They don't use that term anymore. They use FGR, which is a fetal growth restriction. He was induced at 37 weeks, 37 weeks, and they induced him with everything, a Pitocin, a Foley bulb, Cytotec, I think, and you know, my body just wasn't ready for him to come. He ended up coming at, you know, I'd say 24 hours later, and he came out 6'3", and then about a day or two afterwards, he was readmitted to the NICU for his bilirubin levels. So he was jaundiced and couldn't be fixed in a window. He needed blue lights. So if you're familiar with that whole process, it was a little stressful, especially being a first-time mom, because I just thought it was a little bit more serious than it was when he was brought to the NICU. But bringing you to this baby, I will say my Delilah was 6'7", and she came on her due date. So still a little small, but not terrible. This baby, however, I'll just start from the beginning. We had the growth ultrasound. The tech was asking me a lot of questions. We just got to talking about what my husband did, and she was thanking me and him for his service, and it's just really kind. So I started asking questions. Is everything okay? Is she small? And I just noticed some typing a lot, and then she was changing the subject. She wasn't answering the questions. So right there was a red flag. I knew something was off. My sister-in-law actually works in this field, and I know that's their job. They can't really just tell me flat out what's going on. It's up to the doctor to do so. So I was preparing myself for that. I got a cup of water, and she said, let me find you a room to go to so you don't have to sit in the waiting room. I think she knew that I kind of knew. So yes, they brought me into another room, and that room had a comfy chair and a box of tissues and water. It was still a hospital room, but it had all of those items as well. So I sat down. I did see my baby move, and I saw her heartbeat, so I knew that she was, not to go there, but I knew she was still with us, and that was really the only thing that kind of got me through. But the doctor came in, and she
had asked about my previous pregnancy. She had read my chart. This is a new doctor that I've never met. She was amazing. No complaints there, but she told me that there was a fetal growth restriction and this baby is under the 10th percentile. And then her fluid sac is containing 2.5 centimeters of fluid. If it falls under 2, then that's when they get worried. So what she will have to do right now is monitor myself and the baby, and then she's going to call the high-risk doctor. So that is what she did. I kind of sat with my thoughts there when I was getting all that little clip that I showed you when I was all strapped up. I've had that before, fetal monitoring. A lot of people have. I don't mind it. It's nice to see her heartbeat and see all of her vitals. I still don't understand all of it, but it was nice to know that she was kind of there with me and here with me, if that makes sense. I don't know. So I waited what felt like forever, but it wasn't. It just felt like that because I was alone with my thoughts. And the doctor came back in and diagnosed us with fetal growth restriction, FGR, and we are now considered high risk. So what that means in the state of Colorado and with my case, I guess, is I go in for appointments 3 times a week. 2 of those times will be an ultrasound and they will do the fetal monitoring. And then the other time is me going to a doctor a little farther away, and that's an MFM doctor, maternal fetal medicine, and that is the high risk doctor essentially. So they have just like a different kind of ultrasound, so they'll go over that and make their conclusions, I guess, with that. So what they're looking for is enough fluid going from the cord, enough fluid in the sacs. I think there's supposed to be 3 sacs. I only have 1, maybe. I'm not sure. I got really, emotional, of course, just hoping she was okay. And they said she's still very active. She kind of had a low heartbeat. So we're definitely going to, check into that. And then they're going to start drawing conclusions, just like maybe is she small or is there something underlying. So yeah, that's all I know right now. The doctors always ask if you have any questions, and it's really hard for me to think on the spot like that. So I've been just compiling them and calling the doctor when I have questions. And she's been amazing. Oh my goodness, just like answering every single question. So I know I'm in good hands. But if she doesn't come naturally before 39 weeks, they will induce. And, I discussed my natural birth plan with her. And an induced contraction is very painful compared to a natural contraction. And I've experienced both. So I'm going to try my best, and if a natural birth doesn't work for us, it doesn't work. The outcome that I want is a healthy and safe baby, and hopefully a healthy, safe delivery for myself as well. But my number one priority is this little gal. So that's what we're dealing with right now. I thought I would fill you all in. It is possible that they would induce sooner than that if there's not enough fluid in the cord or the fluid drops below 2 centimeters, I believe. Again, I could be wrong here, so if I'm saying something wrong, I apologize. But yeah, I will get my appointment set up this week, and I'll kind of fill you in on being a high-risk patient, because I haven't been a high-risk patient my entire pregnancy. I've had some issues with hyperemesis, but that's not, necessarily high risk. So yeah, I think that's all I know right now. I had my little baby shower today, so it was nice to be surrounded by some of my friends, and just the kids got to play with each other, and we just had a beautiful time outside with the birds and the friends and the fun. So it was nice to have that, but this week will be emotional, you know, and it's going to be challenging because these appointments take a long time. And with my husband being in law enforcement, we don't really have a lot of leniency in his schedule. So it is very possible that I will bring the kids to the appointments. I'm supposed to be staying in a low stress environment. I am very stress prone in general. I try not to be. I try and be mellow. A lot of people say, just chill out. That's it's easier said than done with when a person has anxiety and stress as much as I do. So yeah, I'm just trying to stay positive and inform myself as much as possible. I've had some insensitive comments lately, not on YouTube, but with people. I will say in the waiting room, I was talking to somebody and she asked how many weeks I was. I told her I was 35 weeks. She said, wow, you look so small. Is everything okay? I hope your baby is at least healthy. And yeah, she was older, so she kind of just like was done talking after that and went to her appointment. And then I sat there and I'm just like, I just carry small. That's just how it is. But knowing that I was going to a growth ultrasound just like made that just like so much harder, because I would never say that. And it's just like so insensitive to me. And then, you know, I've told a few people and they just, everyone has been so supportive. I've just had 1 or 2 comments saying like, you need to eat more. That's why your baby's small. That actually has nothing to do with one another. It does not correlate unless I'm purposely, you know, starving myself of nutrients. I eat well. I've even been trying to eat meat, just some more game meat, and I don't know. I don't think that it doesn't contribute to why my baby is small. I just make small babies. That's how it is. And yeah, the doctor was very, very supportive and made it very clear that this wasn't my fault. It's not anything that I did. It's just how the cookie crumbles, essentially. So that made me feel really good, and I felt supported. So nothing like my first pregnancy, but yes, I think that is it. I think that's all I wanted to fill you in on. So fingers crossed, prayers, whatever you do to send good wishes, I would love that right now. We are looking into some preemie clothing because I had a boy and I had some preemie clothing with my son because he was smaller. So yeah, if anyone knows any good spots, because I haven't really found any. There's one on Target's website and they have some little button-up sleepers, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how big she will be. I'm not sure if she will go to term. There's so many unanswered questions. I have questions about breastfeeding, like how that works if you are induced before the baby comes. Is your body signaling to make milk when your baby comes? Or yeah, there's just a lot to look into. So I won't know much until the scans are done, until I go to this growth ultrasound. So yeah, I will keep you posted. I think this is a journey that can use a community, and I have a very supportive community here. So I'm glad I got a chance to sit down and talk to you today. I know this video is kind of all over the place. It took me a long time to sit down and kind of organize my thoughts, but I feel supported, and that is what's important. The last couple of days I was very sad, but that's not going to help the baby. And I am a mother of 2 more, and that's not going to help them. So I want to be positive for my family because I know that's what will get us through this. So yes, okay. I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of your support. Honestly, I can look to this community and find that every single time. So I really appreciate you being so positive. If you've had experience like this and you feel comfortable commenting, great. If not, please email me. I'd love to hear about it. Or maybe you are a nurse in this field and you might know more. So okay, I'm going to end the vlog here. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great week, and I will keep you posted.